Hi, in this tutorial I want to show you how you can cut nearly any shape into a curved surface without causing smoothing errors. These methods can be used to create details such as windows and panels, and maybe more that I haven't even thought of yet. In this first part of the series, I will focus on avoiding the use of Boolean operations. While Booleans seem like an easy solution to this task, I will demonstrate why I try to avoid them wherever possible. For example, cutting a window into an airplane's hull is as easy as using a Boolean in imprint mode on your object, and selecting the window shape as an operand. Now if we simply select the polygons and extrude them, we almost have our window. Now if we also want to chamfer the corner, we're starting to get a lot of problems. That is because I didn't take the time to remove any of the unnecessary geometry created by the Boolean operation. Now, instead of cleaning all that up, I like to use a different approach. So instead of a solid object like this one that intersects our model, I like to use a flat shape. The important part about this flat guide shape is that it has this extra edge loop around the shape. As you can see, this edge extends around the original window, so the actual window will only be comprised of these inner surfaces. What I do is I move this guide object behind the surface we're working on, and then I turn it transparent or turn on wireframe mode. You also might want to enable backface culling, so you only see one side of the object, the one you're working on. Now I maximize the viewport I'm working in, and I go into vertex edit mode. Also, make sure that you turn on ignore backfacing, or you might accidentally modify the back faces of your model without even realizing it. For this method to work properly, you will need to enable the snap toggle and set it to snap only to vertex points. Now we use the cut tool to cut in our shape into the base model. As you can see, this little blue cross indicates where the cursor is snapping, and now you can start cutting along the shape. If the next point you want to cut to is outside of the viewport area, you can press the I key to center the viewport around your cursor. This way you can keep on cutting and don't have to interrupt the cut. I recommend that you zoom in fairly close, because if you don't, I'll show you in a second what happens. For example, now my cursor is snapping to the vertex, but I can't cut. If this happens, most of the time it's enough to center the viewport. However, if another vertex is close to the point you're cutting to at the moment, it might not cut to that exact point, like here. As you can see, I cut somewhere between. If you zoom in closer though, the cuts will be exact, and you can correct these mistakes easily afterwards. But it's nice to keep them away from the beginning. Now most of the cutting is done and we just need to connect these last few vertices. I'll skip ahead. Now once you've cut in all the geometry of the original window shape, you will notice that there are quite a number of vertices around that don't contribute to the shape but are rather problems, such as this one. We need to get rid of all of these and just preserve the original shape of our window. So you can use the target weld tool to select these vertices and weld them to the nearest point. Now this point I left on purpose there to show you how you can deal with these if you have one of these appear even though you paid attention in the first place. If you turn on the face constraint, you can move this vertex freely on the surface without distorting it. Then you can just move it to the point where it's supposed to be and don't have to cut it in again. Make sure to turn this constraint back off, or you might have some strange experiences if you continue working. If you can't, for some reason, weld some vertices, there might be two in the same spot. As you can see, when you select them, you'll show two vertices selected. Then you can just weld them, and then you should be able to target weld them to the next one. Now with this done, I'll see you back in the second part of this video.